week last week. So we're back, okay? And today I want to talk about mistakes I see women making when they're trying to shrink their fibroids, okay? So we're going to talk about it today. Share this live with somebody you know that has fibroids. If you have fibroids or honestly any reproductive health issue and you are trying to go the natural route, or even if you just have the conditions and you just want to learn more, be sure to stay tuned. If you're watching from TikTok, and I'm going to probably say this a couple times through the live, they are talking about banning TikTok, okay, next month. So be sure that you're also on my email list, okay? I have a free guide, FYI, for anybody that's interested in, it's called the Essential Womb Healing Checklist. It's free, it's complimentary, okay? Literally the first day that I put it out, like 150 people downloaded it, okay? It's really good. It's the 7 key areas you want to focus on when you are trying to get a healthier menstrual cycle, when you're having issues with your menstrual cycle, and you're wanting a fibroid-free life, okay? So if you haven't downloaded that free guide, the link is in my bio. If you're on TikTok, if you're watching from YouTube, the link is in the description box, okay? If you're watching from YouTube, by the way, if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff, okay? So let's get into it. As you guys are coming, yes, thank you for the likes. Let's like the video. If you're watching from TikTok, we're talking about, again, the mistakes women make when they're trying to shrink their fibroids. I see a lot of women getting in their own way when it comes to getting rid of their fibroids, shrinking their fibroids, being fibroid free, okay? A lot of women are getting in their own way and they're making like mistakes that are actually going to get in the way of their healing, right? That's gonna really get in the way of their healing. So if that's you listen, you're gonna wanna stay tuned. If you have been on this journey to heal your body naturally, stay tuned, okay? So for those that are new, hi and welcome. If you're new watching, my name is Sasha. I'm a holistic womb specialist. And what I do is I help women who have fibroids, endometriosis, who have hormonal imbalances, infertility, all types of womb health issues. I help them get to the root cause of the fibroids, of the cyst, of the endometriosis, the root cause of what's going on in their bodies. Because that's how we solve a problem, right? I help them get to the root cause in order to get rid of fibroids, in order to get rid of cysts, in order to dissolve these issues, okay? So I love what I do, and I help put the power back into women's hands when it comes to their reproductive health, when it comes to, let me put my phone on Do Not Disturb, okay? When it comes to their reproductive health, when it comes to their healing, because a lot of women are putting their power into doctors' hands and they're not seeing them, it's not a good outcome for them, okay? So that's what I do. I help put the power back into women's hands when it comes to their own health and healing, okay? So if you're watching this on YouTube, tap the like button. If you're watching this on TikTok, tap the like button. Let's get into it. Let's get into the mistakes. This is gonna help you on your journey. This is gonna help you, how can I say this? It's gonna help you on your healing journey, on your womb healing journey. It's gonna help you get, propel your journey further, okay? Because it is so many women that are struggling with their health, their healing journey. There's so many women that are struggling with shrinking their fibroids because they're getting bits and pieces of information from everywhere. And there's no plan. There's no holistic plan, okay? So that is an issue, okay? So thank you so much, Jessica, for the likes. Hi and welcome. Thank you if you're watching, like the video. Share this with somebody that you know. Let's get into it. Okay. So I want to first say this in case you're watching, okay? We do have an event in London very soon. We are next week on the 20th. We had to move the dates because of just scheduling issues and just lots of issues that we were having with the dates on the 15th and 16th. So we moved the dates. This is the final dates to the 23rd, March 23rd and 22nd and 23rd, excuse me. So those are the dates of our 2-day London event, okay, which is our 2-day VIP womb renewal event. So it's in person. I'll be teaching you, I'll be helping you in person get rid of your fibroids, dissolve your fibroids, endometriosis. It's like it's a one-on-one feel, right? And you also, it's not just in person, it's also you get a 60-minute clarity call beforehand, okay, so we can, we can know what the focus is for healing. And then afterwards, you get 8 weeks of support, okay? So if you want more information on how to become a VIP client, in London, this is going to be, again, in London, England, on the 22nd, March 22nd and 23rd, that's a weekend. It's going to be run about 5 hours per day. All the details are in the link in my bio. It's called the 2-day womb renewal event, okay? VIP event, okay? So just want to put that out there. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be amazing, okay? So let's talk. Now let's get to the mistakes you guys are making, okay? It's a lot of, let's get rid of some people on. It's always, I have to get rid of some people on YouTube. Come on, YouTube, okay? So let's stay on topic. Okay, now let's talk about the mistakes women are making, okay? That when they're trying to shrink their fibroids, okay? If you are watching this, listen, ladies. If you're watching from TikTok, remember that TikTok, they're banning it next month again. So make sure that you also, the link to get on my email list is not in my bio. So what you want to do is download the free PDF so that you can get in my, get in my world, okay? If you can learn more, because you don't want to be stuck and TikTok is gone and you're like, where do I find that lady? And also get on the YouTube channel. Okay, the link is in my bio because I'm going to be still streaming from YouTube. The link is in my description, in my bio, okay? So, hi YouTube, by the way. Welcome. Make sure you press the like button. Let's get to it. So the mistakes that women tend to make when they have fibroids, when they have endometriosis, when they have PCOS, and they're actually wanting to get rid of this naturally, right? They tend to focus more so on the symptoms, just in general. You have to understand that fibroids is a symptom of deeper imbalances going on in your body. Fibroids is a symptom. PCOS is a symptom, right? Heavy bleeding is a symptom, but we tend to just focus on the actual symptoms of how our body's reacting instead of focusing on what caused these things to occur, okay? So if that's you can't just focus on, oh my God, I'm bleeding heavily and that's it. No, you have to focus on what's causing your body to be in a state of stress, to bleed heavily. You have to focus on what's causing your body to develop tumors. Don't just focus on the symptoms, right? And when we do that, we forever are in a state of chasing symptoms and never seeking healing. Understand and know that fibroids are the result of deeper imbalances in the body. They do not just come out of the blue. They do not just appear. They're the result of deeper imbalances in the body, okay? So it's so important. If you have, put a 1 in the chat. If you're dealing with fibroids right now, currently, put a 1 in the chat. I would love to know, because y'all got to talk back to me. Everybody quiet today. Okay, let me know in the chat. If you're dealing with fibroids, put a 1 in the chat. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on TikTok, put a 1. Okay, so thank you. Put a 1 in the chat if you're dealing with fibroids, okay? So it's so important to know and understand, listen, fibroids occur, only one person? Okay, 2 people. Okay, well, okay. We got 1 and 2 over here. 1 on YouTube, 2 over here. Okay. So it's so important, and share this with somebody you got, for the ones that are watching that don't have fibroids, share this with somebody that has fibroids, okay? It's so important to not just think about the symptoms. Don't just think about the actual fibroid. Oh, it's the fibroid, it's this, it's that. No, what's causing the fibroid? That's what you want to think about. We got to start thinking more, when it comes to our health, we got to stop thinking surface level. That's what's actually causing the issue, because we look at health. We look at, especially uterine health, so surface. We don't look at what actually is causing the issue. And that's what the problem is. This is why women are perpetually chasing their symptoms, right? And that's not a fun place to be. It's not a fun place to be where it's a new symptom every month that you're chasing. You want to be healed, okay? You want to actually get to the root of the issue so that you can nip the issue in the bud. Somebody asked me about tumors in the breast before, and I was like, it's the same root causes as fibroids. If you can develop a tumor in your uterus, you can develop a tumor in your breast. Did you know that? Okay? So it's really important that you know when your hormones are out of balance, when you're dealing with estrogen dominance, when you're dealing with imbalanced estrogen, understand and know there's all sorts of conditions that the body can develop, okay? So that's why when we have fibroids, we can't just look at it, just the fibroids. Look at what's causing the fibroids to occur, all right? Another mistake that's made is that we rely too much on quick fixes to do the job. You guys knew I was going to say that. I say that in almost every live. We rely too much on the quick fix, a tea, a supplement, and not getting to the root cause of the problem. How is that? And let me know in the chat, how is a tea, a supplement, or all of these things they're advertising, how is that getting to the root of what caused the fibroids to occur? How is that also getting to the root of your hormonal balance? Because when you have fibroids, your hormones are out of balance. You know that, right? I hope you guys know that. Let me know in the chat if you know that. If you know that when you have fibroids, your hormones are out of balance. It is not just one hormone. People just look at it as the sex hormones. No, there's a series of hormones that have to become out of balance before you can touch estrogen and progesterone. Okay? So nobody knows that when you have fibroids or even PCOS or endometriosis, your hormones are also out of balance. Nobody knows that. Okay. Well, maybe you guys are on this live. Okay. So you can't just rely on the quick fix because, and again, it comes back to women just thinking about the fibroid. I just want to get rid of the fibroid and not thinking about what developed the fibroid. Your hormones have to be out of balance before fibroids can even occur and develop in the body. They have to be out of balance, right? Has to be a lot of toxicity and waste in the body before fibroids can even develop in the body. Okay? So you have to understand it's not just, these things don't just come out of the blue. It didn't just come develop in your body because you're unlucky. No, there's a series of things that happen as far as hormonal imbalances, toxicity and waste that happened before we got to the point of developing fibroids, okay? And the surgery is not going to take care of that. The surgery is not going to take care of, waste in the body. I'm sorry. It's not going to take care of the hormonal imbalance. That is why women develop fibroids sometimes very shortly, even after having the surgery. Whether it's a year, whether it's a few months, women are developing fibroids back to back after having surgeries. Okay? There's women that's had 3 surgeries, 4 surgeries, 5 surgeries. They keep coming back because the surgery does not get to the root cause of the problem. We have to understand and know that. Okay? And unfortunately, the doctors are not telling, because surgery is a it's a moneymaker for them. They're not telling you the truth, that these fibroids will just continue to come back until you get to the root of what actually caused the fibroids to develop. Okay? That is key. All right? So when you are when you're trying something to get rid of fibroids, I want you to look at why they developed in the first place. For a lot of women, fibroids tend to develop during a very stressful time in their life, okay? Whether it was, after a really bad breakup, I always say these excuses, give these examples because I talk to women all the time. These tend to be the few examples I always use. Really, it was getting out of a relationship with a narcissist, getting out of a really bad relationship, or being in a really bad relationship, or being in a series of toxic relationships, or it's a woman that there was a period of time she was very stressed out and was not taking care of herself. Maybe she was in some type of law school, or, she was getting her master's. Maybe she's been in a toxic job for a long time, right? It's a period of time. Like, you were not taking care of yourself. You were not nurturing yourself. You were kind of just living in autopilot. You were just living and not existing, okay? So I want you to understand. So when we are not happy, when we're not fulfilled in life, when we're not living in our purpose, what tends to happen is that we tend to cling on to toxic habits, okay? You guys have probably seen this in your life, maybe other people's lives. We tend to cling on to toxic habits, like, drinking a little bit too much, or if you have fibroids, you should not be drinking at all, because that triggers fibroid growth. But that's a whole other conversation. Eating toxic foods, right? Not taking care of your body, not getting enough sleep. Like, these things add up. They add up. It's so many things that women do that, again, on a daily basis, that really destroy their health and don't even realize it, or maybe they do realize it, but they don't understand how detrimental this is, okay? There's so many things women do on a daily basis that really take a toll on their health overall. When you have fibroids, understand that your health at that point is not in a good state. Because so many women tell me, I have fibroids, but I'm healthy. There's no such thing. Because in order for your body to develop fibroids, your hormones have to be out of balance. You have to be dealing with a sluggish metabolism. Sluggish liver, well, it could be sluggish metabolism too, but a sluggish liver that's not operating the way it's supposed to, right? Kidneys that are not filtering the way they're supposed to. Your body is not getting rid of waste the way it's supposed to. Lymphatic system, right? Backed up digestive system. All of these things have to occur before fibroids can develop. The body's under stress and inflammation, right? Fibroids cannot thrive in a healthy environment. It can't. So if you have fibroids, know and understand that currently our immunity is low. Our body's in a compromised state, right? So you have to get your body out of that state of being compromised, a little vulnerable to, because when we have fibroids, we're also vulnerable to other health conditions. That is why it's very rare for women just to have fibroids. It's fibroids and high blood pressure, or fibroids and heavy bleeding, or fibroids and anemia, or fibroids and PCOS, or it's never, or fibroids and H. pylori, or fibroids and IBS. It's never just the fibroids. It's always that and something else, majority of the time, okay? It's very rarely just the fibroid, right? So you see that when you have fibroids and you continue to, like I said, you're not doing anything to get to the root cause of the issue, you're allowing them to just continue to grow and sit there, your health starts deteriorating. Your health starts deteriorating, okay? So it's really important for you to understand and know that. It's not, you don't want to underestimate what fibroids can do to your body. It's so many women out there that are miserable and allowing fibroids to literally make them miserable. You don't have to do, you guys know you don't have to settle with fibroids. You don't. But you have to get on a plan that helps your body shrink and dissolve these fibroids. You have to make changes. You can't continuously adopt the same, you can't continuously do the same things over and over again, expect different results. You can't. Okay? So if you're relying on quick fixes to heal you, surgery can be considered a quick fix. UFE, they're not. And they do not address the root cause. And it ended up just developing over and over again. And I was saying in my email, and I was saying on Facebook too, that there's like a cycle. Let me explain the cycle. It's your fibroids, you develop fibroids, right? You're coerced into having the surgery by the doctors. The fibroids grow back, and then you have another surgery, and then you develop things like scar tissue in the uterus, because people don't know that when you guys have these surgeries, scar tissue develops. Do you know that? So many women are coming to me with scar tissue and fibroids due to previous surgeries, okay? So there's that, and then all of a sudden they're pushing for you to have a hysterectomy. And then after that, there's hormonal issues. There's other health issues. The body starts breaking down. So you see what happens when it's a toxic cycle. It's a cycle of never really finding peace and not getting back to, not being in a healthy state. So when we are relying on surgical procedures to heal us, they don't heal. You have to do the work to get to the root cause of why these fibroids developed in the first place. Okay? If you're watching from YouTube, be sure to like the video, click the thumbs up button so the algorithm can send it out to more people. Okay? So it's important. You have to understand this. You can't continuously allow fibroids to develop and grow and think that your body is going to be in good health. It's not. And you've probably noticed this, and let me know in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you've noticed that the longer you've had fibroids, the more your health has deteriorated, okay? This was me at one point, and many of the women that my clients, right, when they come to me, they have had fibroids. It may start out not that bad, but then it gets worse and worse and worse as they grow, and more symptoms develop, right? Yes, okay, thank you for your honesty. Thank you for the honesty on YouTube and TikTok. More symptoms develop and it just gets worse and worse and worse, right? Then it's like, oh my God, I'm having digestive issues. I'm having high blood pressure. I'm having this. I'm having heavy bleeding. I'm having anemia. And I'm having to run to the hospital for iron infusions. And it just becomes a toxic cycle but you don't understand that it's all the root causes of the fibroid that you have not addressed. You gotta address the root of the issue. And that's with anything in life. With anything in life, if you want to solve a problem, get to the root of the problem. Stop trying to look for the easy way out. There is no easy way out, right? And because women are continuously looking for quick fixes and just trying this supplement, this thing, this procedure, it's causing them to be, it's almost like, it's causing their fibroids, a lot of times their fibroids to grow, their symptoms to worsen, and them to become more and more frustrated because they're not seeing relief, right? And then this is when women think, oh my God, the natural way doesn't work. And that's not true. That's not true. You just have to know what you're doing. You can't just be out here winging it and doing whatever and think it's gonna work. It's not, okay? So there's that. You wanna also, another mistake I see women that wanna shrink their fibroids make, okay? This one is, I see this a lot as well. Just a very overcomplicated, complex healing plan, okay? There's a simplicity to healing. Yes, there's techniques and things like that, strategies, yes, but just overcomplicate it. Like you have like 20 supplements, you have like all of these like 50 herbs, like just all of this, like all of this stuff, right? All of this, it doesn't make any sense. Like your healing technique, like your healing plan is so complex and overcomplicated, and you're essentially confusing your body. You're doing this, you're doing that. It's just all over the place. You're confusing your body, right? There's some type of simplicity to healing. Yes, you have to have the right technique. You have to understand how the body works. But a lot of people don't understand how the body works, how to truly detoxify the body, not just do a detox on a daily basis. They don't know how to repair their hormonal balance. A lot of women don't. So they tend to just do random things that kind of like scratch the surface, right? But you want lasting healing and you want lasting results. You don't want to just be all over the place. Okay? So don't overcomplicate something that is what your body's supposed to be doing anyway. Don't overcomplicate it. Okay? I see that too often. Another thing too is ignoring emotional healing. When you have fibroids, lady, when your body has developed fibroids, I want you to know and understand that there's also spiritual and emotional root causes. And this is something that some women want to avoid, but there are also emotional reasons why you develop fibroids. And when women are dealing with fibroids, they're holding on to a lot of emotional baggage, and they're holding on to it in the womb space, because the womb space is also it's an energetic organ. So energetically, they're holding on to a lot of pain, a lot of times, maybe childhood stuff that they're still holding on to. They're still trying to suppress, but it's still there. They haven't dealt with it. They haven't processed through it. It could be past relationships, grief, right? Low self-worth. These things you're still holding on to, and you're trying to operate through life and not address these things and not process through them and not release them, right? Even just holding grudges, things like that, like just holding on to things energetically make you sick. It does. Those things form tumor. Imagine emotional blockages in your uterus energetically. You think that they're not physically going to manifest as physical tumors, right? So those fibroids represent more than just, it's a tumor. There's also pain, like hurts, low self-worth, like all of these things that we hold on to, we don't work through, we've suppressed, right? Could be even like sexual trauma, things that we've held on to, right? So you have to, like I said, this is why when I'm working with my clients, we're not just doing the physical things, we're bridging both emotional healing and physical healing. You have to start releasing all of that stuff, that gunk that you've hidden, you've suppressed. You got to start releasing it and letting it, because emotions and things in traumas, we don't want to hold on to them. It's not about the actual trauma per se. It's about us holding on to them. It's about us, how we deal with it. That it's more so that than the actual trauma. Okay. So that's really important. I know that, a lot of us has been through a lot of things, right? But still, it's about how you deal with it and how you process through it. It's not necessarily what you've dealt with, okay? So if you've held on, you've suppressed a lot of things, you got to start releasing those things, right? Start doing practices where you're releasing some of that emotional stuff, right? Because, again, healing, this is why holistic health is holistic health. You have to address this as a whole, body, mind, and soul. You can't just do the physical and then still holding on to anger and guilt and, past relationships and think you're going to heal. No. Or anxiety and stress. Okay? Stress is literally one of the number one things that set off fibroids, that cause fibroids to develop, right? High cortisol levels. It throws off the entire hormone hierarchy and causes estrogen dominance, which causes fibroids or other health issues to develop. Okay? So you want to understand it and start to understand your body. This is why I have to break, because women, we know that as women, stress is a killer, but you don't understand how much it impacts your healing journey. If you are stressed out, your body's not going to be able to heal. If your body's in fight or flight, your body can't heal. If you're in toxic relationships and you're in fight or flight mode every single day, your body's not going to be able to heal. Okay? So understand and know that. So you have to, like I said, start setting boundaries, releasing things, Don't just hold on to them. Release them, right? We don't have to hold on to all the things that we've been through in life. No, start processing through them, feeling your feelings. Your feelings are valid, but releasing them at the same time, okay? So that's really important. It's when you are trying to shrink fibroids, it's not just a physical journey, it's also an emotional journey as well, okay? Trust, I've worked with many clients over the years. It's not just a physical thing, as well as also got rid of fibroids myself many years ago, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. For those that I'm saying, for those that are new. And if you are new, I want to say this, we do have a free guide. The link is in my bio, called the Essential Womb Checklist. 7 key areas you want to focus on that's going to help you with balancing your menstrual cycle and also becoming fibroid free, essentially. So be sure to download that guide. The link is in my bio. Also, when you download the guide, you get on our email list as well. And you want to be on our email list because TikTok, they're talking about banning it next month. So this is why I'm like, I always say in every live, join the YouTube channel because they're not going to ban YouTube. And I stream from YouTube as well. You can see my past live streams on there, okay? We have so much good content on YouTube in the live stream section. Get on our YouTube. The link is in my bio, okay? If you're on YouTube, click the link in the description box to download that free PDF, the free guide, Essential Womb Checklist. Okay, 7 key areas to focus on. All right, so another thing is, this one is huge. This one, another mistake I see so often. Women not taking action until things get severe. Women will wait until they're literally bleeding out. They're literally bleeding so much they're in the emergency room. They will wait until their fibroids are so big, or they've gotten like 3 reproductive health issues. Fibroids, endometriosis, adenomyosis, cysts, before they start to address these things. Why are you guys waiting so long? Don't wait until your symptoms are so severe before you get help. Stop doing that. Why do you have to suffer before you actually address your issue? That doesn't make any sense. And even if you don't hire me or, take any of my courses, that's totally fine. But don't wait until things get so bad before you address it. Don't ignore it until it gets so bad, until it gets, it gets in the way of your everyday life. I see that so much. You wait till your fibroids are 20 centimeters. Or you wait until you're literally bleeding every single day. Or you wait until you're being rushed to the emergency room all the time because of the bleeding. Stop doing that. Or you're in so much pain. Stop doing that. We have to start loving ourselves more than that. If you have fibroids, even if you don't have any symptoms, start now by getting rid of them. Why do you want to suffer later on? Why? Start today. Whether it's with me or somebody else, start today. Okay? Take action. Don't wait until they become so big, so severe. The symptoms are like literally getting in the way of your everyday life before you do something. That doesn't make any type of sense. It doesn't make any sense. I see that way too often, and that's sad, okay? Another mistake women make, again, is not addressing their hormonal balance. You getting surgery to get rid of fibroids is not addressing your hormonal balance. That's why you develop fibroids right after the surgery. You drinking a tea is not addressing your hormonal balance, right? That's why the symptoms come right back. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You taking an iron pill is not you addressing your hormonal imbalances. You taking a supplement is not you addressing your hormonal balances. It's everything that you do in your life. It's understanding what is getting in the way of your hormones being out of balance, right? It's also understanding the hormone hierarchy and understanding what key things we have to start with, the foundation, what foundational hormones that we have to start with before we get to the sex hormones, right? And if you look at the hormone hierarchy, on the top of the list, the foundational hormones are cortisol and insulin. And if your cortisol levels are off, so are your insulin. They're together. So if you're stressed out, overwhelmed, your insulin is also out of balance. The test may not read that, because I know that people are going to say, oh, the test, no. But that doesn't mean that you're, for a while, insulin would try to compensate. If your cortisol levels are out of balance, if your body's in stress, if you can't sleep, that's the insulin levels as well. And a lot of women that have fibroids have high insulin or insulin resistance or it's out of balance. And they don't know it. A lot of women don't think to check that until they're diabetic or pre-diabetic. That's why fibroids and diabetes or pre-diabetes go hand in hand as well, right? So that's important. You have to, like I said, address your hormones. You cannot, like I said, just ignore that part and just be focused on the fibroid. I see that way too often. Okay, I see that way too often. Y'all are not asking no questions. This is weird. Maybe it's because I haven't been on live for a week. So I'm not used to being on live and not seeing no questions, no nothing. Nobody's really, no feedback. Okay, I see that TikTok filtered out some comments. I'm not sure why, but it's just weird. Nobody has anything to say. Another thing too is neglecting lifestyle factors. Too many women think that getting rid of fibroids is just changing your diet. No, that's important, but it's not just that. It's not just that, okay? It's not just that. So food, anything food related, I'd say get the Womb Wellness grocery shopping list. The link is should be in the description box for that one, okay? Because that answers all the food questions right there, okay? Because that's the one thing we can go on and on about food. I've done so many live streams about food. So if you have any questions about the food, what you should be eating, get the Womb Wellness grocery shopping list. I wonder if it's still on the site. If you don't see it on the description box, let me know. You're welcome. But that literally tells you what to be eating. If you don't see it on the list, avoid. Okay. Any other questions about anything I said? Neglecting lifestyle factors is a huge one. Okay, it's not just about what you eat. It's deeper than that. I see too many women saying, "Oh, it's the diet, or change your diet to get rid of fibroids." No, it's not. No, that's part of it, but that's not the whole thing. Okay, that's not the whole thing. It's hard to get to sleep. If you're having issues with sleep, that's a hormonal imbalances. That's a hormonal imbalance. If you're having any type of insomnia, that's a hormonal imbalance, estrogen dominance. Okay. So you have to heal that, right? You got to do the work to reverse estrogen dominance, which estrogen dominance is something that women that have fibroids has. It's a hormonal imbalances. And I want everybody to do, I have so many videos on that as well. In case you guys want to dive in deeper about estrogen dominance, if you go to the live stream section of YouTube, of my YouTube channel, you're going to see the deadly root cause of fibroids, or the deadly root cause of fibroids, endometriosis. The reason I say deadly is because at their worst, estrogen dominance, it can turn to breast. This is also the root cause of breast cancer, things like that, right? Uterine cancer, ovarian cancer. So it can, when you allow these issues to go on, it can, I'm not saying you're going to get cancer, right? But a lot of women do. These cancers are on the rise. These cancers are on the rise. A friend of mine is thinking about getting the surgery, then working on herself. I told her, no, it can shrink. Yeah. And you know what? And I say this too, at least I'm gonna get to your question real quick. A lot of women that have fibroids and they believe in the holistic way, they want to kind of, and I used to do this too, they want to convince everybody to, oh, you can shrink it naturally. And yes, tell them that, but don't overly, let people make their own decisions, because a lot of people don't trust that their body can heal. A lot of people don't trust. Unfortunately, we live in a world, a lot of people don't have trust in their body. They do not have trust in their body's ability to heal, and it's sad. So I tell women, focus on yourself and shrinking and dissolving your fibroid, and then let them see you do it. That's the best way to do it. And then they know it's possible. You got to do it first, okay? Instead of actually trying to convince them and you're still dealing with the fibroid. That doesn't make any sense, okay? How to balance your hormones. So in order to balance your hormones, what you want to do, you want to first get to the root of why your hormones have become out of balance. What is keeping your body in a state of stress? The fact that your organs and glands are not secreting the right amount of each hormone, right? So you have to what is keeping your hormones to be out of balance? What is causing hormonal imbalance? We got to ask that first so we can get to the root of it, right? We can get to the root of it. So I say this, we do have a course on that, fix your period course, but ask yourself, what is causing, what are you doing? That's it'll be a lot easier for you. What are you doing that's causing your hormones to be out of balance? They're in your lifestyle, okay? Can your fibroids be too far gone when it comes to dissolving, too big? No. I've had clients dissolve 20 centimeter fibroids. Okay, no. Fibroid, and that's a question. I have no idea what's causing it. Okay. Lisa, do you only have hormonal imbalances, or do you also have other reproductive health issues? So it doesn't matter. Okay, just think about a fibroid, a tumor, right? It doesn't matter how big or how small. It can shrink and dissolve. However, it will take a different amount of time. Of course, a 2 centimeter fibroid and a 20 centimeter fibroid are going to take a different amount of time to dissolve, right? They're going to take a different amount of time to dissolve. Sasha, you're having another masterclass? Not anytime soon, but when I do, I'll put it out. You mean the free masterclasses I typically have? Is that what you're talking about, Renee? I have no idea what's causing it, but I do have fibroids. Okay, so if you have fibroids, you have estrogen dominance, you do have a hormonal imbalance, you do want to also, as you're getting rid of fibroids, work on your hormonal imbalance as well, because you can't get rid of fibroids if your hormones are still out of balance, okay? So if you want more information on that, again, we have a Fix Your Period course that helps you with estrogen dominance, what helps you with hormonal imbalance, okay? What other course do we have? Yeah, so if you want to just focus on your hormones, we have a Fix Your Period course. I think it's $197. The link is in my bio if you want more information on that, to take you through the process of getting rid of the entire process of balancing your hormones. And it's not just you take a supplement, no. Can fibroids have some calcium deposits be dissolved? Yes, they can. That's probably calcified fibroids. They can, but they're a little bit more complex, Michelle. So I always recommend working with somebody with calcified fibroids. And it's another thing too. Thank you for bringing that up. When you have fibroids for a long period of time and you're not, again, doing anything to get to the root cause of the issue, they can become hardened and calcified, right? And then for a lot of women, that's harder for them to dissolve. Not saying it's impossible. Yes, I've helped women get rid of calcified fibroids too. It's just a little bit more complex, okay? Not anytime soon, Renee. Not anytime soon, okay? But we do have, I didn't even mention this at first, we do have our 6-week womb healing experience for women that are ready to get rid of their fibroids and work with me for 6 weeks. Okay, the last night to enroll is tonight. Okay, that's been out for a while. That's the program. We literally had a woman dissolve her fibroid belly in a month, or almost completely dissolve her fibroid belly in a month. And if you want to see proof of that, go to my pinned post on TikTok. If you go to the community post and scroll, you'll see it. And we're about to come out with we have to get our schedule together. We're about to come out, she's in the UK, by the way. We're about to come out with a video where she's gonna be about to do a testimonial video. So that's coming very soon, okay? So Sasha, tell me where to start. I did tell you where to start. I told you where to start. We have a Freedom from Fibroids Mastery course, or you could do our Fix Your Period course. I did tell you where to start. That's where to start, okay? We can break up the payments, yes. So for the 6-week womb healing experience, it's either $1,500 or 2 payments of $775. Also, we have third-party payments. We have Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm. And people have told me that when Klarna sometimes doesn't approve, but Affirm does. So FYI, the last night to sign up is tonight. Okay? You're welcome, Lisa. The link is in my bio, so just check it out. And you guys download my free guide on essential womb healing checklist as well. I have a free guide. I didn't hear what you said about the calcified fibroids. Okay, so what I said is that when you continue to let fibroids, when you have fibroids, right? And let's say you've had it for many years and you haven't gotten to the root cause of the problem, you haven't done the work to get rid of the fibroids, they become hardened, they tend to become hardened and calcified, okay? With the calcium deposits. And are they impossible to shrink? No. You can still shrink and dissolve them. Is that a more complex case? Yes. That's when I would really say you need to hire somebody that in the holistic field to help you do that. Okay? That's when I would listen. You can't be out here playing around with calcified fibroids by yourself. It doesn't make any sense. A tea is not going to do it. A supplement is not going to do it. Like, be for real here. This is your uterus we're talking about. Okay? Hi, Marsh. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm skipping into GYN. I don't blame you. Who wants to be told again to pressure to have surgery when they can? It doesn't make any sense. So Renee, did I answer your question? Any other questions before we hopefully this live, you guys got a lot out of this live. If you're watching from TikTok, remember, they're banning TikTok next month. Get on my, if you can't get on my email list, get on my YouTube channel, okay? Okay, I'm happy to answer your question. Can you talk about the 6-week plan? Does it involve? So all the information about what it involves, Michelle, is in the link in the description box. Because I can sit here and I don't want to sit here and talk for like 10 minutes when all the information, that's why I take my time to type it out, right, is in the description box. Everything that you need to know about the program is in the description box, okay? So click the link in the description box where it says this 6-week program, 6-week womb healing experience. Read about it. Today's the last day, midnight. What time is it now? Ooh, 4 more hours. That's it. We've just signed on one client and 3 other clients in my Detoxify Your Womb program. We're not playing. We're not playing. Women want to heal, and a lot of you guys can be healed, fibroid free, or at least dissolve your fibroids like significantly before summertime, but you're playing. We're about to go into spring. Who wants to sit in 2025 with the same fibroids they had in 2024, 2023, 2022? Some of you guys have had fibroids for many years. It's time to get rid of them. We got to stop hanging on, okay? Some of you guys have been following me for a long time. Not all, but some of you guys I'm looking at, I'm like, y'all been following me for a while, okay? It's time to invest in yourself and get rid of these fibroids. You see all these testimonials, you could be next. Why would you deny yourself of that, okay? Not saying that you have to work with me, you don't, but have a plan. Do something to get rid of these fibroids. Don't just sit there with the same fibroids, okay? All right, ladies, this was a great live. If you want to watch the entirety of this live, my YouTube channel and all our other amazing live streams, click the link in my bio. You'll see the YouTube symbol. Get on my YouTube channel because TikTok will not be here by next month. April 5th, they're cutting it off, okay? I'm transitioning to YouTube, okay? Well, I'm already on YouTube. I already do live streams on YouTube, but we're going to keep going on YouTube. That's it. We're not missing a beat, all right? Bye, TikTok. Have a beautiful rest of your night. And if you want to work with me, send me an email. Let's go. 6-week womb healing experience. Midnight is the night. All right. Bye.